Hi everyone, I'm Sam. Space and Daily Games. Today is June 6th, 2026. It's Saturday, and we're going to start the wordle number 1813. Alright, let's pick the starting letter here. We get L, alright. Oops. I'm on the wrong tab here. Okay. Scroll down. L, go to L. Oops. A little bit too. Okay, we've got Lint, Legal, Leper, Liege, Libet, Lomi, Login, Loose, Lori, Lumen, Lupus, Lurch, Lymph, and Lyric. Okay. Okay, why not Liege? Very vowel heavy, but it could come in handy today. We don't know. Oh, it's not. Okay, but we know it's not I and E for sure. So, maybe I can do something like count. Focus. Don't know what. Dude, focus. Okay, only the O. That's probably. Well, it could be what? Roadie, Toady, Roomy. So we could have a couple of those. Test for the A, maybe M. Can't be foamy. There's no F. Haughty, hoppy. Maybe something with P, perhaps. Dampy. Is that a word? Dampy. Nampy. Nappy. Arpy. I've tried dampy. I don't know if that's a word. Ah, it's a word. Okay, so it's not a Y word, but the M is somewhere. It's not gonna be at the end, so obviously it's gonna start with M-O blank P blank. Oh, morph. It's gotta be it. Aha, morph. I've played this one, morph, on Wordle clones a couple of times, and sometimes I lose because of morph, or I get a 6 because it can be kind of a tricky word to think of, the sequence of letters. But today I was quite lucky getting Dampy as it. I'm using Dampy as an email, so kind of a good play. But let's check Calco. Today's answer is morph. I started with liege and then focus. Okay, let's see. I think liege wasn't a very good. Yeah, 686, not great. And then focus slightly better, I think, with the O. 65, okay, yeah, can't really complain, but definitely needed an eval. So got lucky being this eval here. Only one probable answer, morph. So that was a very good eval. Alright, that was quite lucky for me. Let's see if the guess we got right now. Okay. Ah, I wonder if you noticed this. Okay, so I think my current streak before this was not 4, right? I think it was more than that, but it's fine because I think my streak changed because just to let you guys know, I'll be going on holiday from 11th June to 18th June, so I'll be away for 8 days, and I wanted to record my Wordle and Connections videos in advance. So I was using my personal computer to do that, and I had to change the dates to the future dates so that I could play those games and record the videos in advance. And I think that they recorded my streak from there, so it seems as if like my streak was not continuing. Because I'm pretty sure I have not lost in recent memory. But yeah, so that might explain why the streak now says 4. Which is a darn shame, but it is what it is. So yeah, it's fine. I mean, as long as I get to play it, I don't really care all that much. As long as I get to play the games and record them, so it makes it easy so that I don't have to record while I'm on holiday. Especially because, I think if it was like 2 to 4 days of phone recorded videos, I think it's not so bad. But 8 days, I think it's a little bit too much for y'all to bear watching those not really good looking videos, to be honest. With the vertical orientation, it's not great. So yeah, there we go. Let's move on to connections. I believe we'll see a similar streak count when we what is it? When we get to the final. Okay, so connections, we're playing number 1091, 9 away from the 1100th puzzle. Alright, today's 16 words/phrases. We've got dinner, express, post, round, dragon, register times shaft, display, monitor, stake, skink, betray, basilisk, drafting, and pole. So a basilisk is kind of like a mythical snake creature. Dragon is mythical snake creature. Skink is an actual lizard. Don't know if that's any, but they're reptilian in nature, I suppose, but it could be something else. I mean, basilisk starts with basil, which is an herb, so it could be something to do with that. Don't know. Although I don't see anything else that works for that. Okay. But snake-like. So that for now. Yeah. Drafting. Just drafting. Drafting? Betray. 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 Betray your friend. To express like your emotions. Register. Display. Betray. Maybe ways of like showing your emotions. How you feel, perhaps. Indicate as emotions. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's write that. That's green. Dinner bell. Dragon ball. Got a stick. Something. Could also be a post, a stake, a shaft, a pole. They all mean the same thing, right? Like pillars or something like that. I mean columns. Pillar. Okay, so this is a acceptable answer. Great. Okay, I saw. Oh wait, monitor lizard, right? Monitor lizard. So these are all types of like reptiles, lizards, scales, maybe kinds of lizards. Okay, there are kinds of lizards. Ground dinner drafting time. Here. Times table. Oh, tables. I think so. I never had a drafting table, but makes sense. Round table, dinner table, times table. I know those. I just didn't know drafting table. So yeah, indicate as emotions, betray, dismix, register. That's pretty easy. Pillar, pole, post, shaft, stake. Very easy as well. Kinds of lizard. I don't know if basilisk is a real lizard. Basilisk lizard. Oh, it is a real lizard. Oh, wait a minute. Let's take a look at this picture. What? That's so cute. Oh my gosh, look at it go. This little guy. Adorable. Okay, of course, monitor lizard. We've seen that, but I'll just Google and show if just in case any of you haven't seen those before. I've seen those before. Well, I mean, in like, well, actually, the ones that I see are not exactly monitor lizards, are they? They're different kind. Oh, maybe yeah, they are actually, but I think those are really small ones. Yeah, I think that's the one I see. Asian water monitor, the small ones. I've actually which is different from Komodo dragon. So much bigger. I've seen these small ones in drains near my place actually. Like when one day it was raining really heavily and there was like a little bit of slight flooding. I saw one of these guys, pretty big actually. Crawled out of the drain and was on the road. But obviously I wasn't walking around. I'd be terrified. I was either in the bus or in the car or something like that, but I was not in the open. I don't think. I can't remember, to be honest. But yeah, so the drains near my place kind of freaked me out because I know that these creatures are down there, you know. I don't know about crocodiles though, or turtles, but water monitors definitely in these drains for sure because they're deep drains, and when they let lots of water, they do tend to come out sometimes, but rarely. They don't make a frequent appearance. Okay, so then we've got. I've never heard of a dragon lizard. So let's see, dragon lizard. That's gonna be like okay, Komodo dragon or like dragon beard lizard, that kind of thing. Okay, could be that. Skink. I've seen those. They're quite small, aren't they? Little. Yeah, skink. Yeah, there we go. See, they're so slim and narrow, but then sometimes they can look really, like thick like that too, chunky, right? Okay, dinner table, right where you eat. Round table, like Knights of the Round Table in Arthurian legend. Times table of numbers. So you your multiplication. You can do your multiplication operations in school or whatever. Drafting table. I don't know what it is. Is it some kind of like a legal table or something like that? Drafting table. Okay, so it's like what you can do like for like I guess what blueprints, artwork, whatever, you can do all that stuff. So cool. I never knew this. So that's called drafting table. Makes sense. It's that I mean, what they're doing is literally drafting, but I just didn't know that there was a special name for it. But it makes sense. So yeah, that was the toughest one for me. But that blue one is also a little bit on the tough side. But again, I think we can mostly visualize because we know roughly what these kinds of creatures are. So they make sense logically to group together, even if you don't really know that the theme is kinds of lizards, right? So yeah, I don't think it's that hard. Maybe a 2 out of 5. I don't think it's that tough at all. Okay, let's move on to today's bonus game. I'm playing Moneyline, courtesy of Playlin, who always has the many links to new games. And okay, so this is game number 20, so it's relatively new. I can see this. Pick over or under each day line. So let's just start playing. So I've got to guess here. We've got about 3, 6, 8 rounds. Okay, round 1. How much did the average U.S. household spend on food in 2024 in dollars? So this is very, it does seem American-centric. I don't know, but this is what we're seeing right now for question 1. Over or under? So more than $8,999.5 or lower than that. Okay. On food. Isn't food like really expensive these days? So when you say average, so in the whole year, wait, okay, so 9,000 divided by 12 is, wait, hold on. 12 times 8 is 96, so maybe 7? 7 would be 84, so about $700 per month on food. I mean, it seems kind of plausible. It's not a lot, but I mean, if you're talking about a household with a couple of people, it makes sense. Maybe it is over. I'll try that. Okay, wow, actually it's $10,069. That's a lot. Whoa. Wow, that's about like wow, that's like 900 a month? Oh no, wait, 800 a month. Okay, what percentage of US adults said they smoked cigarettes in the past week in 24? Why is it all 24? Maybe it's data that they have. Okay. More than 4.5 or less than 4.5? Percentage. Okay. Adults smoked cigarettes in 1 week? 1 week. So I think it's got to be more than that. 4.5% of adults. I think there are more smokers than that. I think. Yeah, 11% of adults. Okay. What percentage of U.S. adults said they had never tried? They had ever tried marijuana in 2020. So they have tried. Percentage of adults. Ooh, I want to say it's kind of a lot, but maybe not as much as 69.5, which is a funny number. So I'm gonna say under. It is under 47%. That's still pretty high. That's about almost 50, but not yet. Okay, round 4. What percentage of teams that won Game 1 of the NBA Finals went on to win the series? Oh. So it's almost about half. It's just whether it's less than or... I think it's under. I don't think that many of them won, but maybe they do. These are quite good teams, right? Okay, over. Yeah, okay, it's right. 69.6. That's a very high percentage. Okay. What percentage of class of 2024 handshake job applications went to New York City? What the hell are class 24 handshake? I don't understand. But job applications went to New York City. Okay. I have no idea. This is just a random guess. What does this mean? Should I Google this? Yeah, I guess I Google this. Handshake. What the heck? I don't understand. So this is a company. So it's okay. So this is based on the employment company. I see. All right. I see. I didn't know what handshake was, so that's why I was like, "What? What the hell is that?" Okay. It went to New York City. That's. I mean, out of the whole of the United States, 4% seems high actually, but maybe so. It's a big city, so maybe more than that. No, it's actually under. Not only 900%. Oh, so much lower. Yeah, I guess so. Well, that's my first mistake so far. All right, round 6. What was UT Austin's fall 2024 first year acceptance rate? First year acceptance rate of what? What does that mean? First year acceptance rate. Oh, like how many people get accepted into? What does that mean? First year acceptance rate university. I don't. First year acceptance rate mean. I don't know what that means. So what does acceptance rate mean? Well, this is in the UK. What? I don't want this. Hold on. U.S. university acceptance rate meaning. Okay, how should acceptance rates be interpreted? Oh, I see. So for first years, what's the acceptance rate like? Is it UT Austin? That seems like a big university. So maybe under 19.5? I don't know. Oh, it's actually higher than 26.6. Okay. That's too hard in UT Austin, right? Round 7. What was the median price of a plain slice of pizza in New York City in 2015 in dollars? Very specific. 11 years ago. Okay, median price of one slice of a plain one. Less than $1.50 or more. I have no idea how much you guys cost. But 11 years ago, though. I think more. New York City is not cheap, right? Okay, it was $250 for a plane. Yeah. All right. How many active credit cards did the average American have in 2025? More than 2.5 credit cards or less than what? They have 2.5 credit cards? No, okay. I wish it wasn't round numbers, but okay. Wow. I feel like if there's a money crisis going on, there might be more. So I'm gonna go for over. 3.7. That's nearly 4 cards. Why do you have so many cards? But pretty good. I mean, my best streak was 4 in a row, and then I made 2 mistakes, unfortunately. But I beat 55% of players, so I'm better than half of all folks who played this, so that's not bad. But yeah, that's how I did. Okay, it's a fun game. Lots of trivia in there. I don't know where they get their data from, but presumably it's publicly available data, that kind of thing. All right, I'll leave a link to Moneyline in the description for you to try it yourself, and let me know how you do. All right, let's take a look at comments from yesterday's video. All right, Glacier Breeze, you did Slant, Liven, and Nobly. Very good 3. Whoa, what the heck? That's amazing. You said, though you made some lousy choices and have little to gloat about, you nobly claimed the victory, and that's something to take pride in. I mean, at least I didn't lose, right? So that's something. I used to struggle with this word in Wordle clones. Yeah, it's not an easy one, is it? So difficulty didn't come across as surprising. Average 4.4, failed 9%. Pretty high. I consider this to be smack dab on the border between medium and difficult. A word ending in blank OLLY would have been trappier, but such answers are easy to think of. Exactly. Trappy, but that's things that they tend to be easy to think of. Meanwhile, nobly is pronounced with a hard O sound, like jolly and coinly, for example, and the center B preceding the LY forms an awkward combination, despite being a so-called golden letter and rarely appears at the start of a word, doesn't it? And that may also contribute to the difficulty. Tough advert. Indeed, it's a very tough one. Edward, you did Tread, Scion, Young, and Noble. Still very good for it. For a tough one like this, very good for it. When is being wrong being right? When you think that they wouldn't use wonky. That was all I saw for my fourth guess and had to run through a lot of the remaining letter combinations before coming with nobly. Still, you worked through it and you got the answer. Biggest difficulty, 3 out of 5. You complain about the order today falls on deaf ears, sadly. The categories were so close in difficulty that it's hard to argue. The art of predictions found first were as follows. Ending in a method transportation, 29%. Not purple being the easiest again. Exactly right. I mean, gone are the days of purple being the hardest category. It's often, I feel like, a toss-up between, well, blue tends to be, I think blue and these days are actually, on average, quite hard. Or fairly difficult. Purple is kind of like a 50-50. I feel like I haven't done the analysis, but feels like that. And then green can also be kind of tricky sometimes. Yellow less so, but I feel like green and blue tend to have a somewhat similar rate of difficulty, unlike purple, which is getting less and less reliable in terms of difficulty. But yeah, no matter, not knowing that Demi Moore was in Ghost would have forced me to deny you reverse rainbow status. Oh, you would do that. Come on, okay, to be fair, I knew it. I just forgot it. Okay, so to be fair, I did know it at one point, but it's been a while since I've heard of that movie, and I kind of forgot who was the female lead. I knew for sure Patrick Swayze, and I knew for sure Whoopi Goldberg as the lady who Patrick Swayze talks to because he's a ghost. Spoilers if you haven't watched it yet, but you know. So I was like, but who's the female lead? Was it Demi Moore? Was it somebody else? I just wasn't sure because I was like trying to think about. Yeah, that's a problem. So I'm not, but yes. And yes, I knew she was in substance. He says not looking at all like he's lying. So you would have heard of that. But is it all the papers? I mean, like at the time when it came out a few years ago, it was all in that news because it was like it felt like a comeback of sorts for Demi Moore, right? After being away from, I think, like mainstream or like popular movies, in a while. So I think it was a comeback. So definitely we heard about that. But yeah, 2% tried a rainbow red herring of breadcrumb flake ghost situationship. It's the bot calls dating slang. I mean, yes, I've heard of breadcrumb ghost situationship, but flake, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, yeah, flake, certainly. But okay, I can kind of see it. Yeah, flake, sure. If that's valid, whoosh, straight past me. There are also 2% who tried a rainbow red herring of ghost, incubus, witch, and puff. Okay, that one I see. Who among us hasn't had nightmares of that oh so scary puff? Or maybe they mean like power puff girls, who can kind of scary when you look at their powers and their big bug eyes. Well, I do love them actually. Analogies. Glad you returned to this one. I can't explain why I didn't bookmark this last time. Right up my alley. I remember the last one being more challenging. I flew through today's. I see. You have good memory though. I don't remember whether it was more challenging or not, but I know that it was somewhat tough for me just because. But I think the more if I play analogies more, I'd see the pattern much more easily. Javier C. 1206 did basic tuber lobby and nobly. Lobby is a really good third guess, and it gave you enough of the letters. Although that first B was really good. But yeah, lobby is a really good guess, and they give you enough letters to get nobly. Really nice. Well done. Everybody's great. for such a tough one, get in 4, 3 or 4 is excellent. 5 or 6 is, I think, is the more common likely. I don't know, that's what I feel, but it is what it is. Okay, I'll leave a link to Moneyline in the description for you to try it yourself, and let me know how to for today's Wordle and connections. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all!